Welcome back to the episodic anime. I'm PJ.
I'm Tommy.
This episode opened up with kind of a recap of Midnight during her death scene.
Yeah, wait, hold on. You said death scene?
Death scene.
For those of you who didn't know, she's dead. She died in that scene. We'll never see her again.
So Momo gathered all of the kids. All the kids decided to stay there and fight. So then they sprung into action, which the kids were setting up a trap. They made a giant mud platform for him to get stuck in. They had all the knockout material. They had TNT, which great part to stick in the mud. Never would have saw that coming. And then, so they're getting ready. Then Makima comes bulldozing his way through and gets stuck in the mud, which then they were trying to use Grape's balls connected to a string to pry his mouth open, which then wraps his tape around his arm. I forget the girl's name who uses thorns, but she also wraps her thorns around his neck, and they're trying to hold him down and pry his mouth open so they can throw the elixir into his mouth and knock him out. But out of nowhere, Makima slams his mouth shut and blows a bunch of air back towards the students, which Dabi takes full effect of by throwing his flames into the airstream, which causes a giant fire to block the students off from Makima, or some of the students, I should say. But then Mount Lady catches on to what the students were trying to do and fully just jumps onto Makima's back and starts prying his mouth open and goes, the kids were trying to get something into their mouths, maybe I can help get the mouth open, which then Pinky comes out of nowhere using her acid as a shield in case Dabi tries to throw flames at her and throw the elixir into Makima's mouth, which then Makima speaks, and it strikes fear into Pinky because it causes her to remember the giant stone guy that attacked her friends back in high school before she got accepted into UA, which then causes her to hesitate, and Makima goes to attack her after throwing Mount Lady off her back, which Red Riot, being an absolute beast of a student, comes in there, knocks her out of the way, takes the full body slam to the ground, but before he does that, he catches her elixir, which he'll use as a decoy because that body slam did nothing to him, and he starts running up his arm, which when he pulls the elixir out, it scares Toga, and Toga throws a spear across, breaks it, and he goes, that was the decoy, this is the real one, and throws it, bounces off his tooth, breaks, and falls into Makima's mouth, which then all of the heroes start racing towards him, and he goes, man, we can't be shown up by students. We got to get in there and assist them. This would be insane. And that's all of Group B. And then it pans over to Group A with Shigaraki and Endeavor looking worn down, like it's coming down to stamina. They're both kind of looking a little tired. So Endeavor tries to finish him off. Shigaraki jumps through the flames. Gran Torino grabs him, throws him to the floor. But Shigaraki goes, nah, not today. Grabs his leg, throws him on the ground, punches a hole through his stomach or chest, which then really enrages Deku, where Deku goes blindly jumping in there, which then Shigaraki blows by him, but the number 10 hero catches Shigaraki, but Shigaraki punches a hole through her hand, and Deku jumps on the top of Shigaraki, which then they find out he has one bullet from the eraser erases Quarks. So Deku tries to stick Black Whip around him to stop him, and then uses 100% of his power to try and knock him out, but Shigaraki catches his arm with his teeth like a mad lad and fires the bullet, and it hits Eraserhead, and that's how this episode ended. And now, guys, that's the end of this part. And if you're listening on Spotify, we are going to go into the Raw section where we break this episode down into more detail. But if you're listening on YouTube, we will see you back here for the predictions.
All right, prediction time. Ayo, I think Deku's going to break his bones.
It's coming. It has to happen.
Do you have any predictions for Team B?
I do. The number 8 hero Orc is gonna die.
Wow. We haven't seen him in this episode. What made you bring up Orca?
Because he was on the team rushing in he was being carried in.
I got a prediction for this. Who's to say that bullet actually takes Aizawa's quirk away, or if it fails because it's like been an old one and maybe it's like just going to temporarily take it away? I don't know anything about that. I could care less anything about that. I will say for 100% certainty, watching that happen, Deku's going to go into berserk mode. And Deku's not going to take any shit. And he's going to try and stand up. And he's going to put Endeavor to shame. Bakugo, he's going to jump in because he's going to see Deku doing this. And he's going to go, well, I gotta do that. And so he's going to go all in. Other than that, Endeavor's going to continue doing absolutely nothing.
Yep.
The other heroes are going to maybe try and help Aizawa, maybe stop it from spreading. If they cut his leg off, maybe he'll keep his quirk. I don't know. I don't care. I think Deku's going to go into berserk mode, and he's going to actually... We're going to see the actual fight between One for All and All for One. We're going to see him go to head-to-head, because as soon as Aizawa's out, his quirk's going to come out, and Deku's going to go into berserk mode, and we're going to see an actual 1v1 happen. And I think I'm waiting for it. I want to see it. I'm tired of seeing this train wreck of heroes tripping over each other, watching heroes get murdered for no reason. It's absurd. Anyway, that's my predictions. What's your prediction? What's your other prediction?
With everything that's happening, I feel like a new user of One for All is going to step up and go, hey, man, here's a new ability. So Deku's just going to start almost rapidly unlock abilities until the point where like he kind of snaps and all of the users go, wait a minute, we're forming the council. So I feel like he's going to lose it until he passes out.
I say, fuck it. Let Deku go all out. Let him beat him to a pulp. We got Eri on standby. Just rewind his body. We'll be fine. Let him go all in. Make him just turn his limbs to mush and then revive him. It's a good idea. I'm just saying.
Well, that's going to do it for predictions, though, so hit him with that outro.
Well, thank you guys for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And if you're over on Spotify, please give us a 5-star review. Any review is appreciated, but a 5 would be preferred. Now, I will tell you again, if you're listening on YouTube, go ahead and head over to Spotify if you want to hear more, because we do Raw and a whole other segment that we won't talk about, because you will just have to check it out over on Spotify. The link is down in the description now. So thank you guys again for watching, and hopefully we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.